Hey guys, welcome. This is the very first show of 2025. This is season 5. We're on episode number 8. I want to welcome you guys, Boss Fam, to Real Talk Houston. And of course, I am Carlotta B. This is the show that illuminates, inspires, and bring you the real talk. Today, we welcome celebrity chef, reality TV star, and all-around great guy, Dedrick Donnell. This segment, we're going to discuss love unfiltered, you guys. We're going to have a bold and honest exploration of the challenges, the triumphs, and the realities of modern relationships. Let's get right to the raw details. But first, welcome, Dedrick Donnell.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
I'm happy to be
I
here.
know, right?
Honored.
So how are you this first day of 2025?
I am very much so walking into blessings.
I love it.
That's really real. And I mean, a lot of people just say that, but I'm telling you, like, really, I'm really walking into blessings.
I love that. I love that. And so am I. We're going to claim it, and that's what it is.
Yes.
And we're going to walk in because we mean it. We mean it. So first, you guys, I also want to say that my guest that I had coming in from Dallas, Texas, the female on the show that was going to represent the female perspective of everything we're talking about today, is not able to make it. She had a situation where she couldn't join us today. However, we will bring her on the show later on, perhaps this month. Okay, so we apologize for that, but we still have a male perspective, and we're going to talk about everything on the agenda today. So the first thing is, Dedrick, we're going to go ahead and just dive right in.
Okay.
We're going to talk about relationships, challenges, what's going on with them today from your perspective, and how they kind of compare to traditional ways of dating, because things have definitely changed.
Right.
A lot of people don't have the same perspective about dating. They're doing things differently. A lot of it is done online, and you really don't even know the person. They could be catfishing. It could be a totally different person.
Exactly.
And not to mention, people are meeting online, killing each other. Yeah. And, when they meet up in person, it's crazy. It's just crazy out there. So let's talk about some of those challenges. We're going to start out with what one unique challenge you think men and women are facing in today's world. Is it communication, honesty? I mean, what do you think the main challenge is today?
I would say getting what they want.
Okay, from
when I say getting what they want, everybody, or actually having their expectations met.
Okay. You see
what I'm saying? I think that's the biggest challenge. There's a lot of challenges, but if we're going to boil it all down to one thing, I would say is getting their expectations met.
Okay.
And so in my case, in dating, I have learned to not put expectations on people. Okay. Because you're losing immediately.
Okay.
And especially if you don't communicate those expectations to that person,
right?
Then now it blows off into a whole nother situation where you're taking it personally, and that person is just living their lives, and it's not even directed towards you. Yeah, it's just that's how they were brought up, or maybe that's just who they are as a person. Maybe they don't even know that that's something that they should be doing.
Yeah. Something they even need to correct, because you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay. And that's important. And I agree with you 100%, but that's when getting to know that person, and also the list that we have. Right. Sometimes the list are the expectations that we have for someone, and this is men and women. It's no one is perfect. Right. So out of that whole list of 10 things, for example, what's your top 7? Like, which 3 are you willing to give a little bandwidth to, or kind of overlook? And it also depends on what that thing is too. A lot of people are so desperate to be in situations that they have a list, but they overlook 9 of the 10 things on the list. Right. But the person, he's a man. The other 9 things don't matter. Right. So those expectations are critically important. Yeah. And then people get in these relationships because they overlooked a lot of things, and they're miserable. they're unhappy.
Exactly, because of the expectations that they put on those people and didn't
expectations.
So I just say, take all the expectations and throw them out. Throw them out. Like literally throw them out and just start from scratch. You find you a person, y'all discuss these things so that you can see where this person is coming from. And then that can, and now you can also tell just, I'm a firm believer that not everybody has discernment, but when real is coming at you and when foolish is coming with you. And don't allow just the outwardly appearance make you feel like, oh, that person is really a good person. No, because it takes a whole lot more than just having money and being handsome to be a great person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a whole lot more.
Exactly. There's a lot more to a person than looks and finances.
Yes.
A lot of things fall in between.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Along the lines of breaking stereotypes, what's a stereotype about your gender that you have personally had to challenge, or did someone challenge you on just from being a man?
I've been told this quite a bit, even when I was on the show. One of the actual director came to me and said, I pegged you wrong. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I thought that you were a player. He's like, I really when I saw you, I was like, oh, he's got to be on the show because he's a player. And he was like, and I was so wrong. Like,
just
he's like,
based on your appearance?
Just
automatically assumed.
Just based on my appearance. And I get that a lot. They're like, oh, yeah, you're a player or you're a ladies' man and stuff like that. And I'm like, I have had my days of doing things, you know what I'm saying? But I'm really at the point in my life where I'm happy, you know what I'm saying? Even, being single and things like that, I'm happy. But I really want to be in a committed relationship with someone where, we can grow together. Like, I really want to do that.
Yes. So he had you pegged off.
He was like,
want a relationship. You were. So guys, for those of you that do not know, a lot of people already know, Dedrick was on season 1, Houston, of Ready to Love, Houston.
Yeah.
So, and that was just, one of those shows where they thought, oh, he's a player, and you really were
not
looking for a relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of people on the show might not have been. So he just might have thought you were just one of them, and you just wanted to be on the show just to be on the show.
I was there.
So we're going to talk about conflict resolution. In your opinion, what are the best ways to resolve conflicts between couples?
There has to be openness.
Yeah.
There has to be openness. And when I mean openness, I mean open all the way around. Not even being concerned with getting your point across. It's about whoever has the table, let them speak.
Yeah.
And just listen. Like, really open up your heart and listen.
Not speaking over them.
Not having an interjection or anything like that. I mean, even if you got to have like a notebook, right? Because, sometimes people cut you off and be like, well, I got to say this now, I'm going to forget. And I got bad memory. Okay, you might have bad memory, but while I'm talking to you, I need your full attention. Like, if you want to say, can you hold on for a second and write it? So that you can come back and address it.
Right, so you don't forget it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to see you the whole time, writing the whole script on what you got an issue with what I said. Yeah. But just really be openly, because I'm going to tell you now, a lot of times, and I'm not going to say all men, but I know a lot of men feel like they're not being heard.
Yeah, I hear that a lot from people that I speak with.
They're not being heard.
Yeah.
And all we want to do is be heard. And we especially want to be heard by the person who is the closest to us, whom we give our all to. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You want them to hear you.
We want them to hear us. Just hear us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't have to agree with everything, but hear us at least. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And get out of the emotional side of it. I understand women are generally more emotional than men, but get out of that and not take it as a personal attack, but see as in, okay, this is what he's saying.
Yeah.
And don't try to manipulate it and turn it into a whole bunch of things, because men are very simple. We're very simple. We're complex, but we're very simple.
Yeah.
And so when we say something, that's what we mean.
Okay.
If we say I don't like that, we don't like it.
Okay.
You know,
it's like, just open and shut case.
Yeah, it's like
black or white.
Do you like popcorn? No, I don't like popcorn. Well, what about
how about popcorn without butter?
Yeah, I just said.
How about caramel popcorn?
Exactly. Well, I've seen you eating caramel before, so you would like caramel, but no, I don't like popcorn, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's really how we are. We're straight to the point.
Yeah.
And we say, because we don't want you to misconstrue what we're saying. We don't want to say something and you be confused, so we like try to make it as simple as possible.
Right.
But it gets blown into a big thing.
It morphs into something else, and a lot of times it'll morph into a full-blown argument.
Especially if we feel like we're not being heard.
Yeah.
And then that goes into the next thing, which is respect.
Right.
And so, like, women, y'all love is love and affection and touching and all those things like that. Our love is simply respect. That's it.
That's big.
That's it with a man. If he's respected, he feels love.
Okay.
If he's appreciated, he feels love. And appreciation goes along with being respected.
Okay.
It's very simple. It's easy to keep us.
Okay. So since my female is not here, this is something that she mentioned before, so I'm going to speak on her behalf.
Okay.
On this particular topic. I know you said respect is big. Hearing us is big. Just listen to what we're saying. So she wanted to bring up the fact that a lot of men say things the wrong way. It comes across as an attack, or it comes across as condescending, or it comes across as trying to make that other person feel less than. So I guess delivery is important. I know a lot of times when you said, it comes up, it comes out. It may not, I know you don't mean it to be disrespectful when men are talking, when it comes up and comes out, but their delivery could definitely, in some cases, use work. So you can't just, tell a person, no, I don't like popcorn because, it'll make me fat. You eat a lot of popcorn, it just, which means, she's probably fat. But, delivery is important too. And y'all. I think, that's why I'm speaking from the woman's perspective.
But I'm gonna tell you though,
so
it also runs into the fact, now there's a thin line in between that too.
Okay.
Because another thing that men have an issue with is women just taking simple accountability.
I got you.
Or feeling I can't be told anything.
Yeah.
And so you already up on offense. If I don't agree with
offensive.
you already
defensive.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, we about to go.
Right.
And I'm like, but I'm your dude though.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm telling you, like, let's not take it as, I understand that men, we can work on delivery on a lot of stuff. I get that. But there also has to be a certain point when you say, but this is my dude. And we've been rocking for so long.
Yeah.
He's not trying to hurt me.
Yeah.
But he's just being stern, and he's being where he's at as a man. And he's saying, hey, this is how it is. Take accountability for this.
Okay, gotcha.
This is what bugs me. Take accountability for this.
Okay.
I understand that delivery might not just be like, oh, baby.
Yeah, because men don't talk like that anyway, right?
Can you just not do that
again,
anymore?
ladies, it's a female thing.
It is.
We want it delivered all nice and cute and a
with
nice
bouquet of flowers
package with love, and then just want to say it.
They just want to say it. Just come out and
without
say it.
all the bells and whistles.
Right.
Okay, so that's good. Now
I'm not saying all men, because some men are jerks. Some men are jerks. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that I've been a jerk before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I felt like I've been pushed to being that jerk, but I'm not going to blame that person, because I still could have changed my thought process.
Changed the course of your thought process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, now that's you being mature and accountable. I love that. I love it. Expectations. How do you think society and societal expectations of men and women differ? Like, what does society expect from a man? What do you think society is expecting from a woman? What are the differences?
Society has now become Instagram and social media and stuff like that, right?
Correct.
So if you listen to Instagram and social media and all these other outlets and stuff like that, then men are expected to be and do everything.
Yeah, yeah.
We're supposed to protect. We're supposed to provide.
Yeah.
We're supposed to whatever.
Yeah.
We're supposed to do it. We're supposed to take the abuse. We're supposed to
brunt it all.
Like we're supposed to do it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Yeah. As a man, I don't mind being a provider.
Okay.
But let's not concentrate on what I need to do. As a man, I know what I need to do.
Okay.
But what do you need to do as a woman?
Exactly.
And I'm not. So I know a lot of times when men ask women, what do you bring to the table? It may not sound like something they want to hear, but it's an actual question. Because I mean, if you really think about it for a second. Because you see a lot of women say, I'm not selling it. I don't settle.
Yeah.
Men settle all the time.
It's a two-way. Yeah.
We settle. Majority of the time we settle.
Yeah.
Because we're already expected to be a provider, right?
Yeah.
So we come in, well, if we dating a girl with a child, we already know, okay, I got to pay for her and I got to pay for this baby. So can I do this or am I able to do this type of stuff?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When women come into the situation, majority of the time, not all the time, majority of the time, y'all just coming in as y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're not expected to fork out unless it's known in the beginning that you got all this money and he not doing nothing and you trying to fund into the whole situation. But other than that, that's not how it is. So we like, why are we expected to do all this stuff? Your hair, your nails.
Yeah, I think
take
really agree with that.
Take you to dinner.
Right.
Pay your bills.
Right.
All this stuff. So you want me to treat you like my wife?
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask. So we're currently talking about a dating situation, not a marriage.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I agree with you. Those are expectations because a lot of women, and I really don't agree with that. But I don't need you to, I don't need you to get my hair done or get my nails and my feet done. I mean, if you want to gift me that on my birthday but I'm not going to say, I'm going to the hair salon. Can you give me $200?
Right.
That type thing.
Right.
No. But if you offer,
no, then that's cool. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
but
not going to say, hey,
that shouldn't
I
be an
expect
expectation.
you to do that. Yeah, no, definitely not an expectation.
That should not be an expectation.
Not an expectation.
There's nothing wrong with it being done, but that's not. So it's
shouldn't
not,
be a requirement.
It seems like now it's becoming like more of a
requirement,
a transactional. Which to me, if we doing transactions, then you're a prostitute.
Correct.
And I'm a John.
That's right. I'm paying you. And then you want something in return too. Yeah. But a lot of women think that way. They're, and I hear them talking all the time, and I'm sure you've heard it before, but a lot of women think that if they lay down with or get intimate with a guy, then they think you're supposed to spend money.
But that's a
lot of women think that way.
In my mentality, that
I hate
and
being
a
the
lot
female
of
voice.
and men don't. Men, we don't feel like
think
that
of it that
because
way.
we think we're giving you the same that you're giving us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're both exchanging.
Exactly.
So why now? I mean, how would you feel if I was like, now you got to give me some money. Give me some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna look at me like, bruh.
what is this?
Like what?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Because when it's you hear the stories of women that do. Give off to men, and they always be complaining about how this dude is just trash. And you see what I'm saying? So it's, the mentality has changed. I just really hate that social media really makes us not act unusual at this point. and we brought a norm to just toxic behavior.
To bull crap. Yeah. Yes. And that leads into my next question about gender roles and equality. How does traditional gender roles play out in today's society? And that's kind of a segue for that. Okay. Because, things are so different now. A lot of things are not traditional anymore. Right. And social media plays a big part in that. Right. Because people are seeing all kind of things on social media. The majority of it, I want to say the bad outweighs the good. Right. I think I would have to say that. And that's design. Statistics show that. It's not just me. Right. But yeah, the bad is outweighing the good. Right. And a lot of traditional relationship type facets have been tarnished. Right. And, the male role, a lot of men think, they don't have to be a provider. Right. Because there's a lot of women out there that are saying, oh, I'm going to pay for you. I got you. Mm-hmm. And that kind of tarnished the way men think. Mm-hmm. So, and you mentioned earlier that men they're providers, especially in a marriage. Right. Let's elevate and graduate to a marriage situation. So do you agree with that? Are you traditional in that aspect from a marriage perspective?
Now, I will say that in my previous marriage, there were some mistakes that I made, but I will say that my wife made more than me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so if I wasn't working, then she was the provider as far as money. Right. Yeah. But I still was the man though, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I still did what I needed to do. I took care of our son, our other children and things like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I made my moves in that manner. Yeah. I didn't do it monetary, but I will say even in that instance, sometimes it bothered me. Yeah. Because I couldn't do what I really wanted to do. Gotcha. You get what I'm saying? But I mean, gender roles, I'm cool with however it is as long as it works for the individuals. I think that also you have a lot of people talking who have never dealt or have never been in the old-timey gender roles. And so they listen to stories.
They're clueless about it.
Yeah, they're listening to stories. They listen, because it's always like bad stories and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But if you notice in the old days when it was like that, they stayed together forever.
They did. And not saying they were always 100% happy, but they did not believe in divorce.
They stayed together. And I'm going to tell you now, people can say what they want to. They tried to talk about grandpa was this and grandpa was that. And
Rolling Stones.
Hey, but I know a lot of grandmas that was some Rolling Stones as well. A lot of grandpas that raised some other people kids.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It just was like, oh, don't say nothing about it. But it was like, wait, hold on, you just bash grandpa, but like grandma getting the pass because you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because Uncle Jimmy ain't really.
Right. You remember the movie Fences with Denzel and Viola Davis? And, thought they was just, in looking at the movie, I'm thinking, they're just the happiest couple. Right. Did not expect to find out that he was having a whole other family on the other side of town, baby, all of that. Right. And then she wound up having it. Do you think that would go over in this day and in this generation?
It happens now.
Well, taking on somebody's new baby from a relationship
it happens
that was happening simultaneously.
It happens now.
I'm sure it does, but
it happens now.
What do you think the difference is between today and traditionally, like Viola and Denzel did? Do you think it would go that smoothly in this modern generation?
No, because now we're like selfish, and we're not even really thinking about the child or anything like that. It's just strictly
the
like
fact that he was cheating for 5 years.
Like, we're not doing this. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you like, but still, there's a baby right here. You know what I'm saying? Because I know of instances where
innocent baby
where men have had to not even talk to their child in order to keep their wife.
Ooh, that's tough. Yeah,
it's to me, it's very tough. But at the same time, that comes into effect when you have to be mature about the situation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
That's
You
the
have to be
maturity for
mature.
you.
You have to be mature about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to stay with your husband, then how can you as a woman expect him to not have a relationship with his child, that whether it was out of wedlock or not,
it's not the child's
or
fault.
he cheated on you, it doesn't matter at this point. If you're going to stay with this man, why wouldn't you allow him to see his child? Why is your stipulation the only way we can stay together is if you don't have anything to do with your child? I mean, just leave him. Hey, go take
and
care of your child.
What he needs to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't force him to abandon the child.
Abandon the child. Yeah. I get it, but don't do it like that's just
your beef is with the husband, not with the baby.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So don't make the baby suffer.
Exactly. Exactly.
What lessons or advice would you give to today's generation? I guess the millennials and generation, who came after the millennials? Generation Y?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
we're I don't know, it's confusing.
Millennials and Gen Y, I think, are the kind of the younger ones. What advice would you give them as a man? Mm-hmm. Well, let's for the men.
Okay.
What advice would you give them about dating in today's society?
Men.
Yeah, talking to the men.
Don't date. Get your money up first.
Ooh, yes.
You can do that later. Get your money up first. Get your money up first. And when I say get your money up, I don't mean be out here in these streets doing the foolishness. I'm saying get you a legitimate job. Work yourself up, do what you need to do, or be an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for near 10 years now.
Yeah.
Like get your money.
Yeah.
Get your money.
Get yourself right.
Because get your money, get your mentals right, wherever childhood traumas you done been through, whatever hurt you done been through in life, whatever, anything that can stop you from being just a whole complete man. Like, do it. Go and get counseling, because when you start dating, you want to make sure that you are a whole man.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that you're a good person.
Right.
You want to make sure that your mentality is not thrown off. You want to make sure that you don't pass on whatever issues you have onto the next person.
Exactly. Or your child.
Make them suffer for the things that whoever was in your past did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just want to make sure you're a whole, and that's for anybody. That's for men and women.
Women too.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Women, you got to get yourself together too.
Man, you got to. But men, though, I will, that was one thing that I never was told, was to, go out, get yourself in order financially. Because the thing about it is that women like stability.
Correct.
And with money comes stability.
Correct. Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah. Because you got to be mentally stable too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But at least with the money, you got some stability to be able to do what you need to do, to be able to maneuver, make sure your credit is right.
Exactly.
Because there's nothing demeaning, more demeaning than as a man, you go into a store with your wife and there's something she wants, simple as a couch or, a whole bed set or something like that.
Right.
And you walk in there and your credit ain't right, but you go up to the front and they like, hey, would you like to get a credit card? You can we're gonna be 20% off your first purchase.
Yeah, they make it inviting.
And then you're waiting, you're standing around, they stand like, so sir, I'm sorry, it was declined. But you can still purchase it, and you got like $2
and you can't do that either.
And you can't do that. Yeah. So just make sure that you can, as a man, be a man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And whatever that man means to you, man to me just means a provider, a protector.
Yeah. The two P's.
Like
very important.
Very much so a lover.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kind.
Right.
Things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Emotional stability is in there too. So
yeah. And I was gonna say, and a man has to be emotional. He has to be emotional.
Yeah.
You don't have to be crying all the time, but he has to be emotional.
Yes.
And that's another thing. Don't think just because a man cry that he's like soft.
Weaker. Yeah. And it definitely does not
because
mean
at my angriest time, I was crying.
Me too. Anger gets me
and
every time.
went through a wall, and people was looking at me like, and I wasn't by myself when I was going through that wall.
I get it. Oh,
it was somebody else going through the wall with me.
You took somebody through the wall with you.
Exactly. But I was crying the whole time because I was mad,
angry, anger.
Yes. And so that's a whole nother thing. Like, don't just think that just because a man gets a little emotional that he's not a man. Right. He's still a man.
Yeah. And that's the older generation was taught that.
Right.
Like our great grandparents, and in some cases the grandparents too.
Right.
A man is not supposed to cry. Yeah. But I totally disagree with that, because you have to let that out. All that built up anger and feelings. It also makes you have anger issues too, and stress. Which, and to your point, an early death,
cancer, things like that.
You're mentally unstable, and you're in no position to be in a relationship at that point either.
Right. Exactly.
So financial stability, emotional stability, all of that is critically important.
Right.
And the same thing for women. Back to that point, a woman needs to have herself together too. You can't look to a man to validate you or provide you with what you lack. Right. So women, you have to have yourself together too. Because men are also wanting to know, as you said, what do you guys have to bring to the table as well? There's nothing more sexy than a power couple.
Right.
You guys both have things to bring to the table. And a lot of times relationships are so lopsided. Yeah. And it could be the guy, could be the lady, but she's offering 2% and he's able to provide, 98%.
Right.
And it could be, the other way around. The man is providing 2% and the lady is offering the 98%.
But we just want to know if we can't do it. If we can't do it, let's say something happened. Because it happens.
Yeah.
Let's say you on a job or whatever, you get hurt. Now you can't work.
Right.
Do you got me?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I've been having you
put out.
I've been having you this whole time.
Right. Yeah.
So now, do you got me?
Reciprocate. Are you able to reciprocate in an emergency?
In an emergency.
That's critically important.
Very important.
Or you guys gonna have to sell your house or get kicked out of the house or evicted if you don't own it and go live with somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah. Those things are important.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't peel away all those layers during the dating process.
Right.
They just say, oh, he cute.
Yeah.
Oh, she look good. And then that's all that, and you said earlier, critically important, you got to look beyond looks. You have to look beyond how a person looks.
Although I don't follow what I say, though. I don't follow what I say.
Oh,
I love a beautiful woman.
Don't disappoint me like that.
I promise you, I love a beautiful woman.
But wait, there's nothing wrong with liking a beautiful woman, and that's the first thing that attracts you to her, as long as you still peel away all the other layers.
Yeah, most definitely.
That part. You have to like what you like.
Yeah, you can get real ugly real quick if I see you trying to just be in my pocket. Like, you get real ugly real
nails,
quick. Yeah, you get real ugly, real ugly. As you say it, I'm like, oh, she's so ugly.
You're not pretty anymore.
No, not at all.
You're not pretty anymore.
Not at all.
Oh my God. Self-care. Mental well-being, again, critically important. And that also leads into self-care.
Okay.
What do you do along the lines of self-care? You play golf, you go get a massage. What do you do for Dedrick to just woosah, exhale, keep you in a happy place?
That's funny that you say that, because that Dedrick hasn't done anything in a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't.
Not good.
But I'm saying that's generally men, though. We just,
you neglect yourselves when it comes to self-care.
We don't do that because it's just like, okay, but I'd rather do this. So like I watch football, you know what I'm saying? And that relaxes me, so to speak,
Okay.
Every once in a while, I'll go to get, you know, a manicure, a pedicure.
Okay, that's good.
I do that every once in a while.
Good.
I want to go back and go to this spa place, Spa World.
Okay, yeah.
I want to go back, but I ain't been yet. But I need to go. Yeah, but I need to go. But you know,
make an appointment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now I do like to travel.
I
like to travel. You know what I'm saying? I like to find me just a real nice beach. I'm a creature of habit, so I go to Tulum quite often.
Okay. You must really like it there. You go a lot.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. And I like to just be able to I don't even get the resorts things. I just find me a nice Airbnb or a nice hotel, and I just walk the city and, you know what I'm saying, meet different people and things like that.
Exactly.
So I do like doing that a lot.
Good.
Yeah, I like doing it. So if I would say that will probably be what it is. But I haven't traveled in a minute. So.
You saw it in my eyes. I was getting ready to say. So when was the last time you went?
Well, I'm getting ready to take my daughter to Japan on the 8th.
Oh my God, I love Japan.
Yeah, well, we're going on the 8th.
My God, beautiful.
Yeah, we're going on the 8th.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good, Dedrick. Yes. So you have a trip scheduled.
Yes.
Perfect.
I do.
Perfect. I love that. I love that. What kind of coping mechanisms do you use for, and this is a little different from self-care, but what kind of coping mechanisms do you use to relieve stress? You had a really bad day. You woke up in just not in the best of moods.
Okay.
What do you do to relieve that stress, and how do you keep yourself in a positive light when we're all surrounded by such negativity in the world?
So the gym is that for me. Used to be sex.
Well, good.
Used to be sex. But now it's the gym. It's the gym. I'm like,
most men would say the S word.
Yeah.
That's most men's go-to. It solves all problems.
Yeah.
World peace, war, everything.
But I was talking to somebody about that, and I was like, because they was like, why do people, who don't have a lot of money, why do they have so many kids? And I said, well, think about it, right? So when you stressed out, majority of people want to have sex.
Oh my God! So that's their release. That's their release. Have sex. And
and boom,
all the kids.
Yes.
With no money, no job, but you got 5 or 6 kids.
But you got all these kids though. And
that's even more stress.
I get it, but you got to understand that's the immediate gratification right then and there. You're not stressed out in that moment.
Adverse effect.
Exactly.
Adverse effect. You shooting your own self in the foot.
Exactly.
Long term, you shooting your own self in the foot. That's instant and temporary gratification.
Right.
Media representation. And we're talking social media. We're talking, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, world news.
Okay.
What is your perception of how the media is making couples and dating look? I mean, do you see more people in a genuine, authentic relationship, or do you see more people in a BS type relationship?
I really don't know, but I do know that there's right now an attack upon like Black love.
Yep.
I know that for a fact.
Correct. I totally agree.
For a fact. Yeah. Like there's a huge attack on Black love. And then I will say also we're the perpetuates of allowing that to happen. Because if you got this toxic relationship on here, you'd rather support them than these two individuals who are really in love. You would like post that and be like, what they call it? Something goals. Something goals. This is my goal, love goal. This is my love goal or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Relationship goals.
Relationship goals.
Yeah, they call it relationship goals.
Okay.
And then you're on to the next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the actual watching them when they come on, show you how they live and how they love each other.
Not really
the
that
minute that the
in
woman say, oh yeah, I just listened to something wrong with her.
What you mean? You listen.
Listen to you a grown woman. You ain't got to listen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so
use your own mind. And then all the negative comments start rolling in.
Exactly.
But they appear to be legitimately happy. But everybody is attracted to scandal and negativity and all the.
Why is that? Why are we like that? Why
they want to look at, and I see it all the time. A post with TNA, all you see is this, that will get 100,000 likes,
right?
And the page over here that's talking about positivity or God or Christianity, will get 200 likes.
Yeah.
But I mean, that shows you right there.
You're right.
So that's what I see.
Yeah.
I see people gravitating toward the ugly and the bad, and
Right.
Anyway, all we can control is what we do.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
We can control what we do. So, okay. So I think we are. Oh, one more question that I still wanted to ask. Misunderstanding. What is one thing that people often misunderstand about men? What's a misunderstanding about men? We talked about men shouldn't cry, or what do you think some misconceptions are out there about men, and how do they differ by race? So you have, say for example, you have an Italian, a Caucasian, a Asian. What are the differences in those races as far as how they see relationships and marriages as compared to?
Well, I mean, I would say like probably
a black situation.
I would say probably, and I may be wrong, I don't know, but from cultural wise and having some Asian friends and having some Italian friends and things like that, I will say that the Asians are more traditional. So whereas the man is the leader of the household,
correct,
and it's not questioned.
Yeah,
it can't
that's
be
what
questioned.
I see. Right.
Like it can't be questioned.
Yeah.
Like,
there's no negotiation.
No, none at all. So I see that. And the Italians, I see that they, they still are on this man is, the king of the household type situation, and the woman provides and takes care of the household.
Exactly.
The inside.
They live in a traditional manner.
Exactly. Whereas I see us, it's always kickback between the two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I mean, I just really feel like as a race we're hurt.
Yeah.
And we haven't.
I think we're behind. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't fully gotten past the whole, and I hate to bring it up, but the whole slavery thing. We haven't gotten past that.
Yeah, it held us back.
We have not gotten past that.
We allowed it to hold us back. It's a mental thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's mental.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because even so, later on in time, we had a lot of where it was traditionally in the, the black household, but we're always manipulating. We always fall for the manipulations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, even right now, we're falling for this whole thing that black men don't love black women and black women don't love black men. And that's not true. Like, we love each other.
Yeah, black love is out there.
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
Like, wide out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's just an attack. So I just,
Yeah, we need to move past it.
Yeah.
But as a unit, it's hard to get that, 3 million person march to be all moving in the right direction. It's going to be a never ending challenge, but it's up to each individual to try to break that chain and move forward.
That comes into the fact of what I was telling you about having an open heart and an open mind.
Yeah.
And just a good spirit.
Yeah.
Being able to sit down and have these types of conversations and no one feel like they're attacked.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
open your mind.
Because
listen.
I said this doesn't mean that it's actually true, but it's true for me. And that's what
it's
works
how
for
you
me.
Feel.
Yes. So why can't you just listen to what I'm saying just for a second to see where I'm coming from? I might be able to help you get to where you really need to be at in life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of times God speaks to us through other
people. Of course.
And so then if I say something and it touch you in a certain way, you got to think to yourself, why is he saying that? Because it goes into the whole accountability type situation.
Right.
Being accountable for yourself and your wrongs and being able to just say, all right, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And saying, I'm sorry.
Right. Being accountable.
Ladies,
that's accountability.
Say you're sorry. Just say you're sorry. I don't understand what's so hard about saying, you know what?
Yeah.
I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But the same thing apply, and I gotta speak it for the women. The same thing apply for men.
Right.
Be accountable, and that's a two-way street.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen to your wife or your long-term your girlfriend. Listen to what she's saying. Yeah. Pause. We should practice pausing before we speak.
Yes.
Because a lot of times, if you're receiving something and you feel like it's an attack, the first thing you do is attack back.
Yeah.
So you got to practice that pause and just exhale for a minute and then respond. Yeah. I mean, it's a whole thing. I think it should be taught in school. Look, relationship class.
Exactly.
And that's something I always said I was going to do. And, everybody that know me can attest to that. I said I wanted to have life coaching classes and prepare people, teach them about credit, how to reconcile your bank statement, and just prepare them for life outside of the 12th grade. Because it gets real.
You should do that.
Let's talk about it. Let's do it. Yeah. But I think everybody needs that.
Yeah.
So, all right, you guys. Unfortunately, we are out of time. We can talk forever. That's just how it goes. We both have so much that we want to say. But, ultimately, we just want to see love. We want to see peace, love, joy, happiness, togetherness.
Yes.
I think we're always stronger together. Not one person is never as strong as two in most cases, because working as a team, you can get big things done. So it's 2025, it's January 1st. So let's make 2025 a wonderful, great, fantastic, phenomenal best year yet. All right. Love you, Boss Fam. Thank you so much. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Real Talk Houston with Carlotta B on YouTube, and at Eat Fresh Cuisine. He has the most amazing pre-prepped meals ever. Very good. You guys go look him up on Instagram and get your prepackaged meals. Eat Fresh Cuisine. Thank you so much, Dedrick Donnell.
Thank you so much.
All right.